Whenever anybody comes into my workshop and sees I've got both dominoes, every time they ask me the same question: if you can only have one, which one would you have? And I've got to tell you, I disagree with everybody out there that's made this same video. Funny enough, if you look in their comments, they do too. I want to keep this short. I don't want to waste your time with a load of waffle and BS that so many others seem to have to spill out. The Domino 500, which I'm now calling James for reasons you'll hear later, comes in a 10mm, 8mm, 6mm, 5mm and 4mm size, and that is girth, guys, not length. The point of this video is to show you what the difference is, so I'm taking those two away because the 700 can cut those two size dominoes. The 700 can cut a 14mm, 12mm, 10mm and 8mm girth dominoes. Remember that, not length, eh? The big and notable difference is obviously the 10 and the 8mm 500 bits are much shorter. A lot to be said about length, I think, because it's like condoms. It's better to have and not need than need and not have. That being said, you can buy this adapter for the 700, which means you can fit those three leftover domino cutters for the 500. Sorry, James. Personally, the price for that I think is bloody outrageous. I mean, God's sake, it's not really much, is it? This is something I don't like about James. He's not that straightforward. Yeah, 12, technically 10, 28, you never use it, and so on. There's more.
Why are you crying?
James has a small dick.
Oh.
The 700 can cut to depths from 15mm to 70mm, which is, yeah, I think really handy. Now, on the left, James. On the right, the 700. That's quite a big difference. That's a lot more surface area for gluing, isn't it? But bear in mind, you're only going to have half of that tenon, both of these tenons I'm showing you, going into a piece of wood. So 25mm for me is not a great deal, especially in winter. I think most women would agree with that. 700 is the minimum size. I mean, that's huge. You can make a barn with that size domino. You know, that's 140mm complete length. If you've used a biscuit jointer, you know exactly what that is in front of you. That's from 5mm to 30mm. I want to call it height of cut. The daddy, the 700, 10mm to 52mm height of cut. What I was saying to you earlier about James, that also bugs me. If you're in a hurry, you will forget this stuff and you screw up. So if you set that height stop to 40, that means that domino is going to cut a 20mm center domino. Whereas the 700, you set that to 30mm, I think I set here. Go for that. That means the center's going to be 30mm. The 700 on its own, it just seems to, it's that one machine you just work up. You don't have to think about, you know. It just, I've got more confidence of the 700, 100%. Now, just because the 700 can cut 8mm dominoes, which is kind of a little bit too big, 6 would be better for 19mm sheet goods like this, but you know, it's fine. It will not cut that mortise in the middle because it's just a hair off. My workaround for that is literally just put two playing cards between the workpiece and you've got your dominoes in the middle. If you're really that fussy about it, I mean, that's 0.5mm off center. I've found listening to other people talk about this subject that they say, well, get the 500 because you can stack the dominoes. Well, you can only your maximum length is 50mm, so in each side of the workpiece is only 25mm of a tenon, which isn't a great deal of glue area, is it? Let's say this is a mitre joint and you're stacking your dominoes and you didn't use the elongate function of the domino. You've got to be absolutely perfect with every single mortise you cut with that machine, or your mitre won't join together perfectly. The other way is you cut your middle mortise with exactly the same size as the dominoes you're going to use, and the mortises then from the outside, you elongate them. Well, I don't like that either because you've lost loads of glue area. The other good thing about the 700 is you can buy dowels of full length and cut them to size, whereas the 500, they come in those packs. When I hear people start talking about comparing the weight of these two, I switch off, because I mean, these, look, man up, heavy Weetabix. It's not really a great difference in weight size between the two, but to use that as an issue to buy the other one or the other is ridiculous. I don't make cabinets, even if if and when I have to, I'll use that dado blade in a track saw job to cut my rebates. I won't use dominoes. I make furniture, and I much prefer to use the domino in my furniture, and this is a chair I made using dominoes, and that supports 15 stone of weight, and has done for 2 years now, living outside in the snow, rain, sun, still going strong. So if you like the cut of my jib, please like and subscribe, share if you're really feeling kinky, and we'll see each other again. Be lucky.